All right, question number 3. This will be one of the most important videos you guys listen to all unit. I am going to go through the calculator instructions on this one, so we are going to use that blue sheet of paper that we glued into our notebooks. You may want to watch this video several times throughout your homework and throughout the next couple days to make sure that you know how to use the calculator. So question number 3, to create a single unique line of best fit, statisticians use the sum of the squares of the residual. The graphing calculator has the ability to calculate the equation of this unique line of best fit known as the least squares regression line, the LSRL. It's the line with the smallest possible values for the sum of the squares of the residuals. In other words, this line is the best of the best. It's the most perfect line of best fit. So if we were to draw that perfect line of best fit, this would be it. And our calculator does it for us. So I'm going to show you how to enter the data into your calculator to create a scatter plot. So flip your sheet over because you need the data on the front side. Okay, so we're going to use this data right here. You should also have your calculator instructions, and you should have a calculator. So we are going to start with step 1, resetting your calculator. So you're going to hit second plus 712. Second plus 712 to reset your calculator. So on the calculator, you should hit second, that's the blue button, plus 712, and then press enter. Or your calculator says RAM cleared. So press enter and you're back to the main screen here. Step 2, turning diagnostics on. Press mode, then press up 3 times. So on our calculator, you're going to press mode, which is right here next to the blue button. Press mode and then hit the up button 3 times. And you can see the up arrow right here. So hit that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And it says stat diagnostics. So you must set your stat diagnostics to on, then select enter. So scroll over to the on, so press the right button once and press enter. So now your screen should be flashing the on and the off is not highlighted at all. Once you have turned your stat diagnostics on, the correlation coefficient will be displayed with the equation. Step number 3, entering the data into L1 and L2. So from here, you're going to hit stat, enter. The stat button is right here underneath delete. So go ahead and hit stat, enter, and it brings up your L1 and your L2. So once again, that was stat, and then the enter button. Here you're going to enter all of your values from the data. So we've got our list of data. Now we want to enter our values. So remember, this is your X, this is your Y. So I'm going to enter all those X values into my calculator. So I'm going to hit 0.5 and then hit enter. So it goes down to the next one. 2.5, enter. 1.0, enter. 2.0, enter. 0.5, enter. When you're doing this, it's important to be accurate. Okay, if you make one mistake, your whole thing's going to be off. So make sure that you're following the data perfectly. 0.5, 2.5, 1.0, 2.0, 0.5. Continuing, 1.0, 2.0, 1.0, 1.5, and 2.5. The other thing I like to do is my last number. It says right here on the calculator that there's 10 numbers. So I do like to count just to make sure I included all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yes, I probably did include everything. All right, now we want to put in our Y values. So you're going to hit the right button, and that's going to take you over to L2 or my list 2. Now we're going to enter in the same order all your Y values. So 3.5, enter. 1.6, enter. 3.0, enter. 1.8, enter. 5.0, enter. 4.2, enter. 2.4, enter. 3.6, enter. 3.3, enter. 1.4, enter. Okay. And if we scroll back up, our last value is 10. So we have 10 values, which is good. And then I just like to check a couple points just to make sure they work. So let's just pick a couple random ones. So we've got 2, 2.4. Is that a point on your table? Well, yes, it is. Okay. And you can check other ones like 0.5 and 5. Yep, that's on my table right here. Perfect. So back to our calculator instruction. So we did step 3. We pressed stat enter and we put in our x values and our y values. So now we have to create that scatter plot, step 4. So to see a graph of your data, you're going to need to turn your stat plot on. You're going to press y equals up, enter, down. Okay, so let me help you with that. You want to hit y equals, which is your very top left button. You're then going to hit up, enter, and back down. Okay. So once again, y equals, up, enter, down. And then to see that scatter plot, the last thing you're going to hit is zoom 9 to view the scatter plot. So take your calculator. The zoom button is the very top middle. So go ahead and hit zoom 9. And you should have your scatter plot that displays like that. Once again, it should look fairly similar to the scatter plot that we already graphed. All right, and the last thing we have to do is step 5, find the regression model of the data. So we are going to use this sheet all semester. So right now we're just finding a linear model. Later in the semester, we'll do quadratic models and exponential models. But for right now, you're going to always use this step. So in this unit 6 that we're on right now, you're going to always use stat right 4. So let's bring the calculator back. So we're right here, so we want to hit stat right 4. Remember, stat is this button right here. So hit stat, and then the right arrow, or the direction. So stat right 4. And you'll notice here it says linear regression, which is the LSRL. So hit 4. Okay. Once we're there, the next part of the directions say then press enter down to calculate and press enter once again. So when we're here, we're going to keep hitting enter. We're going to keep hitting it several times until we get to calculate. Or finally, we're going to hit enter again. Okay. And we have our LS. All right, sorry for that long pause. So we have our equation. You guys are familiar with a line should be in y equals mx plus b form. So that's what the calculator says here, y equals mx plus b, but instead of m, it obviously says a. So when we write down the equation, we're going to replace a with what a equals, and we're going to replace b with what b equals. So on your classwork, we want to write down the equation of the LSRL, or linear square regression line. So it is y equals, remember we're going to write what a equals, round everything to 2 decimals. So when I say see 3.9 here, or 39, I'm going to look at this number, 9, it's going to round it up to 40. So negative 1.40 x plus my b. And my b is 5.00. That 8's going to round it up 1, so it'll round to 5.01. And the last thing is to graph that line. So step 6, graphing the LSRL, we're going to press y equals, where y equals the very top left button. And now we are going to type the equation that we had. So negative 1.40x plus 5.01, and hit the graph button. The graph is the very top right, hit graph. And now we have our least squares regression line that goes through our table.